In this video, I'm going to walk you through the materials prep for Lesson 12 of Unit 8.1 from Open SciEd. All right, this is a pretty big investigation. There is quite a bit of prep on this one, mostly just going through your kits or your storeroom and finding everything you need. So you can see there's a list here. This is the spring scale investigation where we're testing different materials. So you're going to need per group 2 5-Newton spring scales, and attached to it, you're going to have those markings and the twist tie that we had in the earlier lessons. It's the same setup there. You'll need 2 electrical plates, and you're going to use, let's see what they ask here. Oh, sticky tack. You're going to use sticky tack to attach the electrical plates to the end of the plunger. This is per group, so you'll need this done at every single station. The vinyl flooring strip will be used for a ramp. You will also need some books or boxes or something to lift that flooring strip to make a ramp. You will also need the aluminum track that goes on top of that ramp, and that's what your cars are going to roll along. You will also need different types of materials. It says 2 of the same test material, type of material will vary per group. So this depends on how long you want the investigation to be. You can have each group do a different material, you can have each group do 2 materials, or you can have each group do all of the materials. It just depends on really how much time you have for investigating. But again, students love the hands-on part, so the more investigations, the better. You will also need some, let's see, what is the clay for? I am not sure, but you will need some tape to attach the materials onto the electrical plates. I would say probably, I guess transparent tape would work pretty good. Painter's tape would work as well. You also need a measuring tape or a ruler for the setup. And then duct tape is to tape one of the plungers in the cart onto the track so it doesn't move. Now, this is the handout that you will need at each lab station for students to follow along with. So I would say if you have, if they're working in partners and a group of 4 with materials, probably print out 2 so partnerships can share this. And then let's see, the material charts, this you're going to print up, but you can cut into 3 sections. So you need 1 for every 3 students so that they can make predictions. Basically, it's which material is going to do the best, which material is going to do the worst as far as reducing peak force. This could be a conversation as well. It is optional. Close-up images, you're probably going to need per partnership because they're going to look at those images. So make 1 for every 2 people in your class. I would probably put these in the protective sleeves so you can reuse them from class to class. How do we sense different textures? This is that life science standard. This is optional, but it's about how you use those sensory receptors and how you sense them and how your brain interprets them. This is optional, but it is hitting that life science standard kind of the second time in this unit. This is going to be the materials that are tested. Let's see, they're also listed here as well, but you're going to need the bubble wrap, the cotton ball. You're going to need a bunch more things too. So you're going to need a metal, a CD case, a large bubble wrap, small bubble wrap fabric. Whatever you see on this material chart, whatever you have, that's what you're going to use for the material test, and then measure how much force reduction, peak force reduction there is. There is a moment where you're going to each, I guess you could do group or partnership, probably group because you won't have enough. They're going to use 1 5-Newton and 1 10-Newton scale, and they're going to put the bubble wrap between it. So that's why you're going to need bubble wrap. I'd say probably per partnership. This happens after the investigation. And I think that's about it. So basically, you just need to think what materials you're going to test, and this can help you figure out what materials you need to gather, and then who's going to test them. And so that will help you make those decisions. As far as setting up the investigation, really this I've kind of already gone over. It looks like they do want the bubble wrap and the spring scales, the 5-Newton and the 10-Newton per partnership. It really depends on how many materials you have. But here's the main thing, the materials testing lab. You're going to set up the lab. It's going to look like this. Here is the handout to help you set it up. I kind of went over it in the other video, but you're making that ramp. And so use this to help you set it up. Here's a video. If you need support in setting it up, watch how people from Open SciEd have done it. That is a great resource right there for you. Not for students, that is teacher facing to help you set it up. But you will need to set up a poster that looks like this. And so you're going to go around the room, or students are going to, if each group does a different one, they're going to put the amount force that was reduced in newtons for their group. So if they did 2 materials, they can put them here. You can have 2 groups do this in average and put it here, but you'll need one of these posters per group. You can always just put sticky notes and take them off so that they each group puts their reduction in newtons on a sticky note and then post it on the chart, and you can take it off between classes. Here's a better materials list of what they're going to test. So that use that to kind of get your materials ready and gathered. And that is it. That's a lot. All right. Go ahead and read through the safety. I'm not too worried about safety in this one, but if you use bricks, that can, of course, fall off the table because it's middle school and they do things like that. So that's it. Big setup here. So give yourself time, prep the day before the investigation, and good luck with lesson 12.